All right. We'll welcome you back for the top part of the second inning. Might have had a technical difficulty there. Pretty sure we were live. I'm not sure, but if not, fill you in. The South Shore Diamond Dogs just scored a run there in the bottom half of the first. Andrew Mazzone had a little single to left field.
That's
Allowed
considered an
Connor
error, right?
Flavin to score.
Off the
Actually,
glove.
I wasn't able to see the play necessarily, but was it off the glove?
It was off the glove.
Then yeah, it'd be an error.
Yeah.
You're on the scorebook over here, Joe. You tell me.
I have it down as an error.
I'm
I don't
just
know if
messing
I'm
with
right,
you.
though.
So DiMatteo steps in for the Mariners. First pitch inside for a ball. DiMatteo rocketed a double out to the left field wall during Sunday's game.
The left field wall.
Well, that was a different ballpark.
Understood. Yeah.
No fence here in Abington.
They do have a goal post.
Yeah, that looks like it's about 600 feet. Really got to catch one, and DiMatteo takes a pitch here right in the chest. It looked like. So we'll add to the tally there. That's now 3 players hit by pitch.
Yep. I think rust is the key of the early part of this game, for sure.
Yeah, Joe's all about the rust right now, and I have to agree with him. I mean,
understandably so, though, because, long break, they were probably quarantining, no spring baseball, no way to kind of practice and get ready for this summer league, and now they're just kind of thrown out here trying to play some baseball, and stuff's gonna happen.
pass ball here is going to allow DiMatteo to advance to second base. Yeah, maybe some war zone in their off time. Who knows what they got into, and
Yeah.
if they're anything like me.
That's like pass balls like that. It's just gonna, that could really be a detriment to the defense here.
Yeah, light breeze picking up here in Abington, Massachusetts, though. Wind blowing in towards home plate. So now DiMatteo at second base, nobody out. Chance for the Mariners to try to close down on this one-run cushion. Jason Shell is the batter right now. Out there in center field. Left-hander. Takes a pitch low near the dirt. Like I said, the Mariners have been struggling offensively. Definitely need to see some production earlier into some games. Stop playing from behind. Shell takes a pitch high for another ball.
Most runs they've had in a game so far throughout 4 games is 3 runs. Then they had 2 runs and then 1 run and then got shut out. So they're going to need to obviously see some more offensive production if they want to win a game.
As I reach to put on my pullover and mess up our whole setup here, papers going flying everywhere. 3-2 count here, runner on second base. Shell still the batter. Charlie Devon from the stretch. Fastball fouled away. And that was something I was going to ask you too before the game. I mean, what can the Mariners do to try to get some offensive production earlier on? I know you haven't been to any games yet. This is your first game, but just in your experience watching and knowing about baseball.
I mean, from my very brief experience here, it looks like they could potentially catch a break with some errors. I think that could definitely be a key, as the Diamond Dogs did in the first. That could definitely play a factor, but I think they need to make contact. They've only had one ground ball so far in play. Other than that, it's been hit by pitch and strikeouts throughout the lineup. So just making contact and trying to get the ball in play would probably help.
Shell's going to go down with the strikeout there to record the first out for South Shore. So now it's Randy Frazier stepping in, and we were talking before the game. How's that for a baseball name?
Yeah, there's no more of a baseball name than Randy
Frazier.
Coach's son led the Cranberry League in RBIs in 2016 and 2018.
Chopper hit to short, fielded cleanly, the throw over in time, but the runner's going to advance to third base now with 2 outs. It's DiMatteo over there at third. So fielder's choice. from Randy Frazier there. And it'll be the designated hitter, Noah Holland, due up. Got a runner on third base. Devin looking to get out of the inning.
He
Swinging at the first pitch and fouling it away there is Holland.
he's doing just like I did in minor league baseball, giving himself a very, very little strike zone to, make it very unlikely for strikes. He's getting real far down in his stance.
Yeah, we commented on that on Sunday during that game, and it's funny you pick up on it. He gets down pretty low, shrinks that strike zone. Taking a tip out of Joey's Little League book. Holland taking a ball off the other half of the plate. With 2 outs, I'll have to hit one in play and stay safe for the run to count. Takes another pitch looking, that one low. A fastball from Charlie Devin. Mariners down by a run here in the top of the second inning. Pitch high, almost hits Holland, and that'll be ball 4, so he'll head down to first base, put runners on the corners with 2 down.
I do think if he had a normal stance, that could have potentially been a strike, because that was high for his stance, but just the way he squats down so low, it makes it a very high pitch when that in normality would be just a normal pitch, maybe a little higher in the strike zone.
Yeah. So that'll bring up Tyler Rondeau, the shortstop. Made some great plays in the field on Sunday, swinging at the first pitch and missing for a strike. He's got runners on the corner here, on the corners with 2 down.
This would be a prime time for the Mariners to take advantage of their situation and try to put some numbers on the board early, but they have not been able to do this year so far.
And Devin kind of hesitates there on the hill. Mariners arguing a little bit for a balk. Umpire calls for time instead.
Interesting call.
Yeah, it was interesting.
The leg was lifted.
Definitely seemed like it could have been called the balk.
Could have very well been a balk.
Would have been a run scored. Now a fastball coming in from Devin to blow off some steam in there for a strike. So now Rondeau will have to be swinging at anything close here with 2 outs and runners on the corners. 2-strike pitch. High for a ball. Make it a 1-2 count. Speaking of Rondeau, maybe talk some NBA bubble action here during this next break.
Yeah.
Another ball in the dirt there. Even up the count at 2 apiece. Two-two pitch. And a check swing. Did he go? Umpire says yes. But he's running to first base because it was in the dirt, so we're going to have an interesting situation here. It was a swing and a miss in the dirt. Rondeau smart enough to head down to first base. The umpire in the field is going to signal for safe. So a heads-up play there from Rondeau. I mean, you have the South Shore team jogging off the field because they think the inning's over, but on a swing and a miss in the dirt, the runner has the option to head down to first base and try to get in there in time. And
that's a huge play.
Heads-up play there.
Now with the bases loaded, rather than just going out in the bottom of the second.
Right. So
they
now
got a little life now.
So now it'll be the 9-batter Tyler Ferdinand stepping in, left-handed hitter. He's got the bases loaded with 2 outs. And a chance to retake the lead for the Mariners. See how Devin handles this. First pitch swinging, and it's sliced down the third base line. Is it going to get down? No, it is not. A nice play by the shortstop to track all the way over to the line and make the catch. And I'm hearing from the crowd that Mr. Rizzuto's first name is Charlie, I believe. Maybe a mom helping us out there because I didn't know his first name. But either way, a good play to get out of the jam after that interesting play by Rondeau. A heads-up play to get down to first base after swinging and missing in the dirt. It was a check swing that the umpire called a strike. So a lot of the players in the field thinking, well, we're good to go. We're out of the inning. Let's jog off. But Rondeau says, no, it was in the dirt. I can head down to first.
I think the check swing is what threw off the Diamond Dogs there for sure. If it wasn't a check swing and just a normal, just full swing, drop 3 strike, then the catcher definitely would have made the effort to tag the runner. But I think that just threw everything off there.
Right. And his last name is Rondeau. The other Rondeau I can think of, Rajon Rondo over there in the NBA bubble. I was thinking during this inning break we might talk a little bit about the NBA and what you might think.
Yeah, the Lakers just lost Rondo for 6 to 8 weeks with the fractured thumb, I think it was, and that's a tough loss coming off the bench. Playoff Rondo can really be known to step up his performance in the playoffs.
Certainly.
He has done for the Celtics and the Pelicans in the past.
Certainly.
So, tough loss for the Lakers, but I honestly I don't think it'll be enough to stop the Lakers from winning the title.
Yeah, I was on my way over here listening to the Sports Hub, and Tony Maserati's on there. He's saying he doesn't think the Lakers are or maybe it was Colin Cowherd who said the Lakers aren't all they're cracked up to be. I'm with you. I think you have 2 of the top 5 players in the league, and LeBron James and Anthony Davis. You're always going to be a problem. You're always going to be there when it comes down to the end of the stretch, especially LeBron. Pretty sure he knows how to play playoff basketball with all of his experience.
There's no one you'd rather have on your team in the playoffs right now than LeBron James. And Colin Cowherd did say that. He said that the Lakers weren't really a factor in the playoffs and they weren't a contender. And I'm very intrigued by that. But I also think that's Colin just trying to put a hot take out there. Right. Get some steam rolling for his brand. But it is what it is.
Yeah, we can continue that conversation once play stops again, but we're getting ready here for the bottom of the second inning. No runs scored there for the Mariners. They had the bases loaded with 2 outs. And they had a fly out there to end the inning. Yes. South Shore up right now 1-0 here in the bottom of the second. Here's Brunning for the Mariners. His first pitch swung on and chopped towards second. Making the play is Ferdinand. He gets it over to first base in time. Had to go down to a knee, but 1 out on a first pitch swing.
As the coach just mentioned, that was good communication. Honestly, showed a lack of rust there. A little good heads up play by the defense there. That's a positive sign after what was to show these first couple innings for the Mariners on defense.
Joe is calling for rust here. But I said the same thing. These guys haven't been used to live action here. They're getting used to it again, though. 2 pitches already thrown by running to the next batter. He really goes with a quick pace. 1-1 count.
7 seconds.
Yeah. Here's the 1-1 pitch. Fastball fouled back to the backstop to make it a 1-2 count.
Also, you might not have been able to notice it, but it looked like on that second pitch that it got very close to his leg and almost hit him again for the 4th time, I think that'd be, of the night.
Yeah, my tally is at 3 right now.
Yeah. So.
This pitch kind of chopped out into near center field, but a nice play by Ferdinand again there to track back to make the catch. Just kind of blooped out there towards shallow, I guess you'd call it right center. So the defense from the Mariners good here to get 2 outs. And so with 2 down, I'm not exactly sure who's stepping into the plate right now. We don't have a lot of the numbers here for South Shore. I apologize for that. Maybe Joe can help me out.
I don't know his first name, but his last name is Southworth.
Okay, so it's Mr. Southworth. I can tell you he's committed to Endicott. How's that? He's out there in left field right now. Running still moving pretty quickly here with 2 outs. Fastball low in the dirt for a ball.
Very fast pace right now. Doesn't take a ton of time. Just sets himself up really quick, gets the pitch from the catcher, and he's firing. He doesn't mess around.
Yeah, it's that new wave of baseball. This new generation. I mean, I'm all for it. Speed up the game.
Yeah.
Here's a big pop fly towards center, but looks like the second baseman Ferdinand will record his third out of the inning. And he's quickly running off the field with excitement. So still just a 1-run lead for South Shore here as we head to the third inning. Maybe we can pick up on that NBA conversation.
Yeah.
I wanted to get your take on the Celtics. Kemba Walker, of course, has this knee problem he's dealing with. He hasn't been practicing, which is a little crazy after a 4-month hiatus to still not be ready for game action, to be taking rest. The Sports Hub guys are really getting on him for that. What's your take on the Celtics? What's their chance, you think, to maybe take the championship?
There's a ton of hype surrounding the Celtics right now, and just talking about how they have a better chance than potentially the Bucks to make it to the finals, and they're the second team, if not the first team of in the East right now. And I honestly think that's a little too much. I think Celtics are an extremely good team with two rising superstars in Tatum and Brown, but I just think that Bucks team, it's so defensively sound and well-rounded, especially obviously with their cornerstone piece in Giannis, that it's going to be tough to deny them their spot in the finals this year.
Yeah, and I'm sorry, Joe. Just something to mention here. We're going to do our best to bring you this entire game broadcast. We do not have a power outlet here in Abington, so we are running off my laptop's battery. Started at 100%, we're already down to 57, which is not a great sign, but we're going to try to keep the brightness down, and hopefully we can power through here to the end of this game. But yeah, I think it's going to be really interesting, that NBA conversation, what teams can kind of manage the bubble. I mean, you see all this stuff coming out about ordering food and guys get in trouble for this or for that. Jason Tatum's playing a lot of golf, which most people don't like, but I can't hate on it. I'm an advocate for golf. So
you know who else played golf when they were in the playoffs?
I do, Michael Jordan, right? A lot of people think it might have to do with that Last Dance documentary that got Tatum into it, but we're ready here for the third inning. And Dan Cook, the batter, back to the top of the lineup here for the Mariners. He takes the first pitch in the dirt for a ball. We can test Joe here on the stat book. What did he do the first time up? He was
hit by a pitch.
He was hit by a pitch, correct.
He was grazed in the left shoulder, it looked like, somewhere around that area. But yeah, he was hit. I think second pitch of the game. And, that was a show of rust. And now
another pitch in the dirt.
Yep, 2 straight pitches in the dirt for Charlie Devin.
Yep. But yeah, the NBA is it's gonna be real interesting to see what happens there, and for all sports, how the return comes and how it works.
Yeah.
Working so far for the Cranberry Baseball League. Here's another pitch in the dirt. This one catches Gervasi off the helmet. I mentioned to you before the game that last week when we were here, Gervasi took a few off the dome.
Yeah.
But every time had a smile on his face afterwards.
I honestly just realized that this is the UMass pitching catching tandem right now.
Oh, that's right. I didn't pick up on that either.
This could be a future little tandem here for UMass.
Yeah. And so 4 straight pitches in the dirt. That's going to send Cook to first base. But yeah, a couple Minutemen having a little pitch and catch. So Joe Frechette will be the next batter for the Mariners. Mariners could use some run support here early on in the game.
What's the radio station?
W.
So Frechette taking his first pitch, looking. Just getting some questions. People want to know where to listen.
Yeah.
We'll let you know. We'll tell you.
The brand's going to grow.
The brand is going to grow. Pickoff attempt over to first base. Just in there was Cook. Nice attempt from Devin.
Yeah, that was a really good reflex. That was honestly a very close call.
Mentioned it to you. We saw manager of this Mariners team, Coach Nate Charette, jumped out there and pinch ran in the bottom of the 7th on Sunday. Didn't really get his chance to run. This pitch comes close to hitting the batter.
We will we'll probably see a lot of those today, as we've probably seen close to 6 already.
Yeah, Yeah, you got to keep your head or your mind clear, I guess, when you're up at the plate and stay ready for anything.
Yeah, got to keep your head on a swivel.
Be ready to take one on the arm there and head down to first base too if you're a team player. This one's fouled off, and Joey's losing my Flyers. Don't worry about it. It's a windy day here.
Very windy.
You can just leave it. Somebody will find it, and that's just more advertising, pal.
Exactly. Someone will find it on the ground tomorrow and tune in.
So the 2-1 count to Frechette. He's got a runner on first base. Nobody out. Kind of slides back at the breaking ball, but it's in there for a strike, even up the count at 2 apiece. Devin takes a step off the rubber for some time. Now he looks set from the stretch. 2-2 pitch. Ducking is the batter, and a runner taken down for heading to second, I should say. He's in there safe. That's Dan Cook stealing a base.
Yeah, Dan Cook's been in some pretty close calls so far, but he's shown his quickness off and able to be safe both times.
Yeah, so now with nobody out, Mariners with a guy in scoring position. Frechette swinging at one and hitting it towards the left field gap, but just a blooper, and it'll be handled easily by the center fielder out there, Jason Shell. I'm sorry, it's Pat Manning, Jason Shell playing for Bourne. And yeah, I mean, something I was mentioning last week is no fence here in Abington at this ballpark, so some positioning challenges for the outfielders a little bit.
Yeah, and it seems like there's a fair amount of lefties, so any ball that goes probably past 200 feet is in play in the other game.
Yeah, there's a Little League game going on out there and right. Good point. First pitch in for a strike against Mitch Lundholm. He is the left-handed hitter, so a well-hit ball could be in the other game. You're right. Fouling off the second pitch he faces. Quickly in the hole, 0-2.
And as I was saying earlier, a well-hit foul ball could easily go through one of those windows over there in that building. I'm not sure what exactly it is, but there's a lot
maybe a
of
church or something
to be damaged around.
Yeah, our cars, right, on the other base path could definitely get hit, God forbid.
They are definitely prone to that.
So Lundholm facing the 0-2 here. Just fouling off another one. Stay alive.
It's getting closer and closer to that building every single time.
Yeah, sounds like you almost want to see that building hit, Joe.
I'm not gonna say I'm rooting for it, but I wouldn't hate to see that just a little action in the game.
Some entertainment value.
Of course.
So still a pitcher's count here. 2-strike pitch tipped into the glove for a strikeout. So now 2 down. Runner still at second base, and DiMatteo will step in.
Little malfunction with the wind here, just out in the open air, and papers are flying all around everywhere.
Yeah. DiMatteo taking a breaking ball for a strike. And yeah, some wind starting to pick up, not helping the hitters. It's kind of blowing towards home plate. DiMatteo chops one to third, getting through, and we'll see if the runner's going to be waved in. He is. Here comes Cook to the plate. Looks like he's going to be there in time. He slides in to tie this game up at 1 apiece. Nice piece of hitting there by Zach DiMatteo.
Yes, exactly.
DiMatteo, I'm sorry.
Exactly what the Mariners needed right there. Just good contact, no huge power hits into the outfield. Just a good ground ball to get through the gap and put a run in from second. It's exactly what you need at this point in the game. Just little singles and just little things like that adding up and scoring. That's only their 7th run of the entire season in their 5th game. So it's they're hopefully going to be due for some more runs coming in.
Yeah, definitely need some offensive production. Good to see it start to come before it's too late. So tied up at 1 apiece, and DiMatteo, I'm sorry, will be at first base. Jason Shell stepping in for the Mariners. Oh, and I'm sure you could hear that through the mic. Takes that one off the back. That did not sound like it felt good. And we'll add a tally to the hit by pitch. Joey's looking over at me. It's now 4 batters hit by pitch.
Do you think there will be more or less than 7 batters hit by pitch tonight?
I'd rather it be at like 6.5, and then I'd take the over.
All right, we'll do 6.5 over under.
Then I'll take the over on that. Yeah,
Right,
definitely.
7.5, you would go under.
We're already at 4.
4 through 3
3 innings. So yeah, yeah. With new pitchers coming in, yeah, I'm gonna take the over on that.
Yeah, it's a little scary for the batters just with this number of players getting hit so often. But you know, I think they know what they're in for.
Yeah, I mean, luckily we're behind the fence here, just talking about it. We don't have to step into the box and take one off the tailbone there. Shell took one.
Credit to these guys.
It sounded like the crack of a bat.
It did. Credit to these guys for coming out here though during the quarantine, kind of risking it. You know, not even just the health of getting the coronavirus, but just the health of, you know, being on the wrong side of the rust. You know, they could get very well hit in a bad spot and just get injured. So credit to them for putting themselves out on the line there to just get a little baseball in. Yeah,
and we have a pitching change for South Shore, a left-hander coming in. We'll try to get some more information on that. We'll actually take a 30-second break, if that. And we'll be right back. Welcome back. Ready to resume play again. You're listening to the Cranberry Baseball League here. It's presented by WMUA Sports. Cam Seibert, Joey Aliberti with me. Happy to be out here broadcasting some live sports in 2020.
It's a beautiful thing. I never thought I'd see it until 2021 almost. It almost looked like that at some point.
Pitch catches the corner there. We had a pitching change. Still trying to get some more information. Number 22, though, for the Diamond Dogs, left-hander. First pitch in there for a strike. Here's the 0-1. Swing and a miss by our guy Randy Frazier.
Yes. Baseball guy through and through.
Yeah, have to think so. He's in the hole here, 0-2. Up against this lefty. Fastball chopped towards the shortstop. Fielded in the throw to first on a hop is going to get past the first baseman, so a run is going to score, and the base runners will advance to second and third. DiMatteo will come around to score, and that'll give the Mariners the lead here.
Yes. Like I was saying before, I said they needed to catch a break on an error, and that's exactly what they just did on that ground ball error to first.
Yeah. Finally, the Mariners on the other side of a mistake. It was an interesting decision the third baseman had to make there for the Diamond Dogs on whether or not to cut off the shortstop. He ended up leaving it for the shortstop, and the throw just skips past the first baseman. So Mariners in the lead here, 2-1. And so now it'll be Noah Holland, the designated hitter, up to the plate. Swinging at a pitch, hitting it towards the third base gap, but fielded cleanly by the third baseman over to first in time for the third out. That was Ian Nadeau for the Devil Dogs. So we'll take a quick break here, and we'll be right back for the bottom half of the third inning. Listening to the Cranberry Baseball League here on WMUA Sports. All right. Welcome you back. Bottom of the third inning now. Mariners jump out to the lead 2-1. See if they can keep the defense strong.
That straight back foul. Dane almost just hit a moving car. Car was driving by and it came, I'd say, within 10 feet of hitting it.
We appreciate that update out of you, Joey. Definitely paying attention to the foul balls and
I will be tracking every single foul ball.
Any property damage that takes place. Brunning still wasting no time. That pitch in there for a strike, so 2 against the batter here. This pitch hit over to the first baseman in the air and caught cleanly for an out. That'll retire the first batter. Nice play over there from Randy Frazier. I still don't have numbers, so it's...
This is bottom of the third.
So here's a strike from Brunning. First pitch to this batter with 1 out. We kind of like the score guys over here, too. We had a lot of questions as to what's going on. This one's ripped to second base, fielded cleanly, though, and over to first for an out from Ferdinand. Nice play to stay down on that one. Hit hard, but right to the second baseman. So 2 quick outs. And that was the leadoff man, Pat Manning, so that brings Connor Flavin to the plate.
Yeah.
Shortstop out of Tufts.
Connor Flavin, through 10 at-bats this year, actually has a 600 average. So he's been
seeing the ball
their
well.
best hitter so far. No rust for Connor Flavin, but he was hit early on in this game.
Takes a ball in the first pitch. That pitch in for a strike looking, even up the count at 1 apiece. Flavin trying to generate some base runners for the South Shore Diamond Dogs. Takes another strike and quickly in the hole 1-2. And fouling one off and hitting a car. First car hit.
Could be one of ours.
Yeah, that definitely could have been one of ours. I already have a dent in my bumper, so it's not going to be too bad.
Yeah. As long as there's no smashes heard.
Yeah, definitely just keep the ears out for some glass. So still 1-2 here to the batter. Fastball inside, just missing. Joey's trying to time the in-between pitches here from Brunning. It's a good thing to do because one of the quickest pitch-to-pitch speeds in the Cranberry Baseball League. He's able to get that pitch past the batter for strike 3, missing. And the Mariners will hang on to the lead here as we head into the top of the 4th inning. Good news is that the game is moving along pretty quickly, and hopefully our laptop here makes it through with the battery we've got left.
at this rate, I think we'll be okay because 6 inning game, we're already halfway through.
I'm no math major, I can tell you that. 42%. Yeah, we should be able to make it there.
We have gone down 13% within, I think, about 10 minutes, though. So that could be a problem.
Well, we're at a little intermission here. I like to talk about the world of sports. We got your take on the NBA bubble situation and the Celtics. What do you think about Cam Newton coming over to the Patriots now?
I think that's extremely exciting. I love the difference in styles of quarterback from Brady to Newton, and just seeing how the genius of Belichick can make that work, and what he does to really just get the most out of Cam Newton. And Cam Newton, as you've seen on social media, has a very big chip on his shoulder right now. You know, he feels like he's been kind of underappreciated.
Oh, yeah. He went on that podcast, I'm not exactly sure who with, yesterday. Odell Beckham, yeah, and spoke about that, how he gets the call from the Patriots, and the biggest thing to him is playing against all these teams that passed on him, and like you said, chip on the shoulder, proving to them that they missed on Newton. And I think the biggest thing for me, is the dynamic between him and Belichick. He even said himself that he was surprised to be taken by the Patriots just because, obviously we know Belichick is a pretty laid-back guy. Cam Newton, on the other hand, a little flamboyant, touchdown celebrations, crazy outfits after the game, that whole thing. So it'll be interesting to see how that pans out. And of course, Tom Brady, previous quarterback for the Patriots, is a pretty sterile guy. He doesn't do too much in terms of theatrics and with the media and all that. So it'll be interesting to see exactly how that works out between Belichick and Newton. But definitely, if you're a Patriots fan, it's an exciting time. It's better. You have to think a little better than Stidham in terms of experience and natural ability.
Stidham was a huge mystery, but I don't know how high you could really put the expectations on him going into his second year.
Yeah, just a young guy, and they're still going to be training camp. They're both going to have to fight for the position, and we'll see what happens. But should be interesting season for the Patriots in the AFC. Play picking back up here for the top of the fourth. Still 2-1. Mariners with the advantage. And up to bat is the 8-hitter. Tyler Rondeau's laned on a bunt, might just roll foul, and Gervasi's smart to pick it up as it was foul.
That was a very good attempt, but just a little spin there at the end kind of messed it up. That could have been a very close call either way if that stayed in play.
Yeah, seen a couple bunts from the Mariners on Sunday there. Actually, the first hit they had in that game was a bunt, successful bunt. I think it was Ferdinand, the next guy due up. Apologize, my memory's kind of failing me there. So nobody out. Rondeau with 2 strikes now. Probably leave that bunt in the bag. Takes a pitch high and away for a ball. Two-strike pitch in the dirt there, and should fill up the count 3-2. What'd you have for Rondeau last time up?
He was the not controversial, but the drop third strike.
Right. Had the check swing on the drop third strike, but presence of mind to head to first.
Great.
Here he is swinging at
awareness.
strike 3, and it's getting past him there for the strikeout. It's Collins on the hill for South Shore. We were able to figure that much out. We still don't exactly have a first name.
We do not. We do know he went to Situate High, and now he is committed to...
Just putting together the pieces gradually is kind of how this whole thing has to work out. But
it does. It's a process.
So now it's Tyler Ferdinand, 9-hitter, trying to lay down a bunt again. And he was that guy who had the successful bunt on Sunday. Left-handed hitter, able to kind of put together that slap bunt, if you will. Ichiro Suzuki style.
Yes, the master.
So he's got a strike against him now. Swinging at a second pitch and missing. Quickly into the hole, 0-2.
Collins seems to be much more accurate than Charlie Devin, right off the start at least, and he doesn't seem to be close to hitting as many batters as Charlie Devin did.
Able to foul off the 2-strike pitch to stay alive. Mariners trying to add to this 1-run lead they have. the top of the 4th inning. Collins' 2-strike pitch low in the dirt. So 1-2 will be the count now. One-two pitch from Collins. Breaking ball hit towards first. Fielded cleanly, and stepping on the bag is Mazzone. Andrew Mazzone over there. He was pretty active in that game last week, fielding balls over at first base. Keeping to it. Tagging first for the out.
Seems to be on his game today.
So back to the top of the order. It's Dan Cook.
Mariners have been going through their order pretty quickly. Already their 3rd time through in 4 innings.
For sure. Cook, an interesting guy out of Western Oklahoma. Not very close by.
Not at all. He not sure where he's from before that. I don't know if he was from this Mass area before that or if he just moved up here, but interesting to see a Western Oklahoma graduate in the Cranberry League.
Collins will zip one in there for a strike on the outer half. 1-1 count. Here to Cook. Thinking about swinging, but taking a pitch low for ball 2. Wind still blowing in towards home plate. And I was wrong about the count. That's ball 4 for Cook, who will head down to first base for a 2nd straight walk for him.
On-base percentage is crystal clean this game.
Crystal clean. Hit by a pitch the first time up, taking a walk the past 2 times up. Base runners for the Mariners. That's been huge.
Yeah, now they just need to again make the most of their opportunities. They did so in the bottom of the 3rd or top of the 3rd. My apologies, but if they can do that again and put together a little run here, they might be able to get a win in the win column.
Yeah.
For the first time in the summer.
Yeah, trying to break that goose egg at the bottom of the standings right now. Mariners 0-4 coming in today. The South Shore Diamond Dogs 4-0. So a tale of 2 sides.
Tale of 2 offenses, if you want to get a little more specific, because as we were saying right at the start of this broadcast, both have the same amount of runs allowed, but 29 run difference in runs scored for the 2 teams, 35-6.
Pickoff attempt at first, not going to happen. Frechette, the batter now, took a strike on the first pitch. Just got Dan Cook over there at first base, who I believe came around to score a run in that 3rd inning. Here's one chopped towards third base, but umpire is going to call it dead. It went off the ankle of Frechette.
Doesn't look like he's too phased by the ankle shot, but those can definitely hurt if you get it right on the ball.
Yeah, one of the more painful plays in baseball. See a lot of the guys wear a brace, especially in the MLB.
Oh, yeah.
Frechette not wearing the brace, able to shake it off. So, runner on first base for Frechette. From the stretch, here's Collins, a runner taken off towards second. It skips up into the catcher's chest, and Cook will be in at second, all right.
Looked like he was focused on Dan Cook there at first base for a while, even into his windup. It looked like he was just looking right at him as he was running along, and that was, I feel like, probably why the ball bounced before it even hit home plate.
Yeah, Cook, the leadoff guy with some speed. Now in scoring position. And a nice hit here to left field. Not going to get down in time. And that'll be the 3rd out. Frechette taking a good piece of the ball there, but just not to the right spot. Left fielder out there, Mr. Southworth, for the Diamond Dogs, able to make the play. And now we head to the bottom of the 4th inning. We'll take a quick break here. You're listening to the Cranberry Baseball League, presented by WMUA Sports. All right. Here's a ball hit towards third base, fielded cleanly in the throw over just in time, but having to come off the bag, and it'll get past the first baseman. So into second cleanly there. Number 28 for South Shore.
Yeah,
Apologize, I don't have the name. So that actually was Mike Gervasi, the catcher.
UMass native.
UMass guy, I should know that.
Third error of the game, and I think errors are going to play a huge role in the outcome of this game and who ends up taking the cake.
Yeah, I mean, it was a well fielded ball, just to throw a little away from the guy at first base, having to try to make a stretch for it. It gets past him, so now guy quickly into scoring position. Here's Mazzone taking a huge chop at this one, deep into center field, backing up for it and making the catch, though, is Jason Shell. Going to hold the guy at second base, unable to tag up. And that thing was hit well by Mazzone, at least from our angle.
That was almost at second base of the minor league game.
Right, right.
So that had some great distance on it. He definitely seems to be their power hitter. Every time he's came up so far, he's swung for the fences.
We saw a home run on Sunday. It was Kyle Sylvester. The Weymouth Shamrocks, to my knowledge, are the only team to have a home run. Two of their guys with home runs to their credit. He hit one that just barely crept over the left field wall at that park and then cushion it. But runner is still held at second on the fly out to center field. So with one down, Brunning still trying to get out of this jam for the Mariners. Pitch in the dirt, make it 2 balls to the batter.
Interesting play right now if he hits into left field, as there's currently 3 kids just kind of walking around in deep left. So if he hits one deep, that'll be an interesting dynamic.
Might have a quick cutoff, you know?
Yeah.
This ball almost gets past DiMatteo behind the plate, but he makes a nice stab at it to hold the runner at second. So 2-1. Tying run at second base right now for South Shore. Good pitch from Brunning for a strike. 3-1 hitters count. Trying to hang on to this 1-run lead. Pitch from the stretch, fouled off. And it looked like it was headed towards the car, but
that was very close to our cars.
No sound. Think we're all right?
I think we are too.
So now the count at 3-2 with 1 down and a man on second base. Brunning could use a punch out here. Here's the 3-2 pitch. Inside for a ball. And Rizzuto will take first base for South Shore. And that brings up Jackson Duffy for the Diamond Dogs. Duffy out of Tufts University.
Looks like Ryan Brunning's time up at the mound is coming to an end.
Yeah, so he goes about 4 1/3. Allowed 1 run there in the first inning, but a pretty good outing from Brunning. That makes it 2 runs allowed for him on the season.
Yeah, only 1 walk through 4.
Right. Joey's got the scorebook, so I'm kind of looking to him for it. You say it was Greg? Mike Quigley. So coming in for the Mariners, Mike Quigley will be the guy on the hill.
We'll have a little
Another right-hander. We got a little
break in the action.
Break in the action here as he throws some warm-up pitches.
Did you catch the latest UFC match last weekend, UFC 251?
I didn't. I actually didn't watch it.
It was very good. I got it, and
yeah, you can tell me about it.
it was very action-packed. 3 championship fights, all very interesting. Had very interesting backstories going into it. Kamaru Usman and Jorge Masvidal was the lead one at the welterweight division, and
Is it the same Masvidal?
Jorge Masvidal, yeah, Masvidal.
It didn't used to be a different Masvidal who was Or is it the same guy? I guess it's the same guy.
I think he's been around for a while.
I just don't remember his name being Jorge.
Yeah, he's really.
I thought it was like Arturo Masvidal or something like that. But
I don't know.
I don't know
Maybe.
enough about it, so
But,
I think you're right.
Jorge Masvidal was not in that main event at first, but on 6 days' notice, Gilbert Burns, the original opponent to the champion Kamaru Usman, got coronavirus. So they called Jorge Masvidal, who was at 190 at the time. So he had to drop 20 pounds on 6 days' notice and get ready for this fight. And he got dominated throughout the fight. But
was this the event that was held on the island or whatever?
yes, Yas Island in Abu Dhabi, or better known as Fight Island.
How did the island pan out?
So that was
I
the
guess-
first event, and so far successful. And they're gonna have a few more events, and then they're gonna go back to Vegas at some point. But successful throughout the first one that they've had so far.
Yeah, just an update on the battery situation here on my laptop. It's down to 27%. We are in the bottom of the 4th inning, so who knows? We'll see if we make it to the finish line. I'm hoping so. Again, we do appreciate those who are tuning in here. This is Cranberry Baseball League action presented by WMUA Sports, Cam Seibert and Joey Aliberti. We're in the bottom of the 4th inning. It's a 2-1 game right now. Mariners with the lead.
I think this would be very helpful for the Mariners to just see that win in the win column, regardless of how it came. It's a well-deserved win if they get it, but obviously they have to finish out this game.
Yeah.
Still a lot of ball to be played.
Mike Quigley has come onto the mound for the Mariners and just absolutely fan Duffy for a strike on a fastball. He's got some velocity on his pitch. Another pitch in there for a strike, and that's going to be strike 3 called on the outer heart of the plate. Make it 2 outs now for the Mariners as they try to get out of this jam. Runners on first and second base for Quigley as he comes in. And those runners are Brunning's responsibility, I guess you might say, if they were to come across. But Quigley so far looks solid as he's coming to the game. First strikeout there. Not dealing to his second batter. Pitch low and inside for a ball.
It'll be interesting to see Mike Quigley's pace going throughout the remainder of this game, or however long he pitches, because Ryan Brunning had a very brisk pace, and now we have no clue what Quigley's like, but that definitely helped the game speed by.
I can tell you right away it's slower.
For sure.
It's coming from the stretch. Here's the 1-0 pitch. That one's going to be in there for a strike, even up the count at 1 apiece. Runners still on first and second, 2 down.
The slow pace could definitely be a detriment to our battery life.
Yeah. That's all I can say to that. Another pitch in there for a strike, 1 and 2 now, 2 down. Trying to get out of the jam here is Mike Quigley for the Mariners. One-two pitch. Fastball hit towards the shortstop. Fielded cleanly. Throw over to second base for an out from Tyler Rondeau there, making a nice play. The golden glove, you might say, for the Mariners here, and gets him out of the inning with no damage done. Still 2-1 as we head to the top of the 5th. It's been a low-scoring game, but it's moved pretty quickly, and it's been fun to watch so far.
Yeah, very good pace of this game. It's only been an hour and 10 minutes, and we're already through 4.
Yeah. You're right.
But it's now a race against the pace of this game and this battery. It's not looking too well for the battery to come out on top here.
Yeah, we're hopeful, but as we're in a little intermission here, we'll keep you here and we'll try to entertain you. I mean, we've talked about some of the sporting action going on around the world, and the one we haven't necessarily talked about, the PGA Tour, another event coming up this week at the Memorial Tournament, and big name Tiger Woods will be out there. I know I'm excited to see him back in action.
It'll be very exciting. First time since February, correct? Or
I'm not exactly sure, but yeah, definitely at least February. It's been a long time, and he's had some success at the Memorial Tournament. I think he's won it 4 times, if I'm not wrong. And some of the featured groups that they've put together for Thursday's round are really interesting. Yeah. Tiger, Brooks Koepka, and Rory McIlroy will be playing together.
That'll be a huge group to watch.
Yeah, that's going to be definitely one to watch. Colin Morikawa, of course, getting his second win last week, taking down Justin Thomas.
He's been the big name in golf lately. You know, people realized how much he bulked up over quarantine, and it seems to be paying off for his hits.
Yeah,
traveling far.
The science guy for sure. Yeah, I mean, I took a look at a chart with some of, like you said, his distances. Hits his 4-iron at 255 yards. That definitely helps. Like you said too, he's really bulked up. I don't know if you've seen his diet, his daily diet. He has like 5 protein shakes a day.
Does he really?
Like 10 eggs for breakfast.
Wow.
So there's a reason he's so big. Yeah.
And I mean, it's paid off. I think he's now according to Vegas, he's the favorite to win the Masters at this current moment. He's the odds-on favorite.
Yeah, I'd be hard to argue against that with the way he's been playing. Very consistent. As we get ready for the top of the 5th inning, due up. Here's Mitch Lundholm. Something about Lundholm, I think I mentioned it already. He got hit in the head by a pitch on during Sunday's game. I noticed just now when he was standing in the circle, he's got a black eye.
He does. It's a nasty one too, and he played after that.
Yeah,
as you were saying before, he got taken out, but he still played after that, which is impressive in itself.
Yeah, certainly a tough cookie there. Takes the first strike, looking. 0-1 pitch in the dirt, but he swings, so quickly in the hole 0-2.
This could be a tough outing for Lundholm if he strikes out here again. That'd be 3 straight to start the game.
Still 2-1 here in the top of the 5th. Pitcher's going to call for time. Lundholm will stay in the box as he gets ready for the 0-2 pitch. From the windup, he chops it towards the pitcher's mound. It's a low dribbler. He might be able to beat it out, and he will. Wow. Diving to try to make the play there was Collins. Didn't really have the reach. And Lundholm will reach first base on an infield single. Nice piece of hitting. 2 strikes against him just to put one in play and beat it out.
Yeah. And good effort by Collins there, but might have been a little unnecessary as he was probably about
a solid 2 to 3 feet.
Yeah. 9 feet away, and he dove for it anyways. But I guess credit to him for trying and not just giving up on the play.
So now be the cleanup hitter, Zach DiMatteo, up to bat for the Mariners. He's got a runner on first base now after Lundholm legged that out. Right-handed hitter DiMatteo.
DiMatteo's on-base percentage is also perfect throughout this game as he was hit. He was one of the victims of the hitting by pitch bug to start this game, and he also brought in a run from second, RBI single. So he's been doing well so far.
Next pitch was thrown in for a ball. DiMatteo taking another one off the outer half of the plate for a ball. Makes it a 2-1 count. Nobody out. He's got a runner on first base trying to add to this 1-run lead. And a throw down to first. Runner takes off towards second, and we've got a pickle. Lundholm's able to slide into first in time, and the pitch is overthrown. He's going to be called. No, he's going to be allowed to go to second on the pass ball. So I guess you might call it a stolen base. It wasn't exactly the orthodox way to do it. He's going to be sent to third base, actually.
Wow.
I mean, when he slid in and the pitch went past him, he was just at first, but I guess
doesn't matter because he wasn't.
They'll give him the base to third, right?
At first base yet.
So now Lundholm quickly to third base for DiMatteo to try to score a run here. Just put the ball in play.
That did not seem like a tough pickle to stop for the Diamond Dogs, but they still threw it over the fence, and you just don't want to see that because now Lundholm's in very easy scoring position.
Yep, second strike to the batter there, looking. And like you said, the pickle is one of the first things they teach you in Little League, how to get back in line and keep it cycling.
Exactly. That's
check swing and the ball in the dirt. Runner at third thinking about heading home, but he's going to hold up. That's Lundholm over there. Good play by Gervasi behind the plate to knock it down and hold the runner. Like we said, the UMass guy behind home plate.
Yes.
Not bad. So Collins, still the pitcher here for South Shore. He's got a runner on third base with nobody out. Fouled out towards the dugout there by DiMatteo, staying alive. Mariners trying to get their first win of the season here. They're falling down to 0-4. DiMatteo fouling another one off over towards the third base side.
Yeah.
Smile
Also,
on his face.
Mariners trying to give Diamond Dogs their first loss of the season.
Correct.
Undefeated versus defeated right now. And right now, as it goes, it looks like that's going to change for both teams.
Still some baseball to be played. And taking ball 4 is DiMatteo. He'll head down to first to put runners on the corners here with nobody out. And that brings up Jason Schell. Still hopeful that the laptop will make it all the way through here. We're down to 17%.
That's crippling.
So we got to hope for
crippling.
some quick play here. And just an unfortunate scenario. I mean, last week we were at a cushion it. We were able to get up in the press box, had power, and a little bit of a better setup. Unfortunately, just no working outlets here at Abington, the park here in Abington. So
Portable chargers might have to be in our future.
yeah, doing the best we can with the equipment allotted to us. First pitch in for a strike to Shell looking. I mean, last week's game was called the Darkness. I don't think we'll have that same situation here. There's plenty of light, and here's a rip by Shell into the first base gap. It's going to score a run. DiMatteo is going to be held at second. And that'll be an RBI single for Jason Shell to bring the lead to 2 now for the Mariners. So 3-1 the score here in the top of the 5th inning.
Huge momentum right there for the Mariners. That's what they want to see. Balls in play.
Yeah, it's like you talked about, getting runners on base and then capitalizing on the opportunity at hand.
Yeah.
I mean, a good piece of hitting there by Shell to hit one in the gap, just kind of putting it in play as once you have runners on base. Even if he was out at first base, you probably score that run at third.
After about only an inning of pitching, Collins is already getting a mound visit from the coach, and reasonably so after giving up a run so quickly.
Still no outs. And a run already scored here.
No outs.
Now runners on first and second base. DiMatteo out there at second and Shell at first. That brings up Randy Frazier for the Mariners. In a good spot here to do some more damage. First pitch high and outside for a ball. On a nice crisp night, Tuesday night here in Abington, Massachusetts. Cranberry Baseball League action.
Yeah, very good pace. I think that's something to appreciate. Quick summer game at night. You want to catch after work. It's a perfect opportunity if you're looking for some live sports.
Yeah, and I think everybody's been looking for some live sports. Something of an anomaly in this wild year that is 2020.
Indeed.
2-0 count to Frazier. Swinging at the 2-0 pitch and hitting it towards the gap. It's a blooper though, and it's going to be caught out in center field by Pat Manning. So the first out of the inning. And that brings up a substitution, I believe. Was Holland in there? I think this is Drew Boley who's coming in to hit. Just goes to show I do know some of the personnel here. Takes the first pitch, looking for a strike. Still runners at first and second base. There's one out now. Oh, 0-1 pitch in for another strike. Make it 0-2 count quickly. So first and second, one out. The 0-2 pitch. Up high for a ball. Mariners hanging on to a 2-run lead right now, trying to extend that before the end of the inning. Runners on first and second base. The 1-2 count. This one in the dirt, but blocked by the catcher Gervasi to hold the runners.
Great block. That could have definitely been a base advancement right there, and just even putting more of a damper on this pretty poor half inning so far from the Diamond Dogs on defense.
Absolutely. See if the Mariners can add to the lead here. Taking another pitch in the dirt, and runners are going to take off. DiMatteo able to take third, and
right after I said
Shell
it,
able to take second. Sorry.
right after I said it, another damper on this bad half inning. It looked like he had it blocked at first, but he lost the ball on the way up, and second went to third, and first went to second, and now both runners are in scoring position.
Yeah, I mean, Gervasi's doing the best he can back there behind home plate. He's able to knock it down, but just not in enough control to get the throw down to third base in time. So the runners advance into scoring position now, just one out. Big cut, swing and a miss for strike 3. Makes 2 outs now in this 5th inning. Tyler Rondeau will be the next one up for the Mariners with a chance to score a couple runs here in the top of the 5th.
Interesting, as some of you may known from before, but Rondeau was the one that had that weird drop third strike off the check swing, and we can see if his base awareness can be used to good for the Mariners right here.
First pitch, a called strike near the top half of the zone.
A little outside, could have been potentially controversial right there.
Yep. Second pitch in the dirt, but another nice block there from Gervasi to hold the runners. Runners at second and third here with 2 down.
You can't put this all on Gervasi with the blocks and the messed up block that with the last batter, because he's not expecting his pitcher to throw it into the dirt twice per batter.
This one's ripped at the third baseman. Tough hop, able to still play it. Throw over to first in time on a bang play. Or was he? He was safe.
He was safe.
I thought the umpire signaled an out, but he was safe. So that is a big play there from Rondeau to put one in play and to leg it out. That'll score another run, make it 4-1 here with the Mariner advantage.
Bad bobble there by Ian Nadeau. You hate to see a bobble like that, giving up a run and keeping this inning alive, keeping the momentum going for the Mariners.
Took a tough hop off the end of the grass there in the infield, and this inning stays alive. Runners at the corner now with 2 outs. And it brings the 9-hitter Ferdinand up to the plate. Just took a pitch for a ball. So the Mariners getting some production here from the bats. Able to get out to a 3-run lead. Runner taken off towards second. Ball hit foul. So Rondeau will have to head back to first. But definitely a good change to see here from if you're a Mariners fan.
Of course. It'll be interesting to see how much they can take advantage of having their foot on the gas pedal on top of the 5th here, because I don't think they've had an inning like this all year, and just to finally see that come and see what they can do with it.
Yeah. Still danger looming here for South Shore. They got to get out of this inning. Here's a swing and a hit towards second base, fielded cleanly, and the force out at second to get Rondeau. We'll keep the lead at 3 as we finish up the top of the 5th inning there. But a few runs scored there for the Mariners to add on to this lead, and in a good spot as we head to the bottom of the 5th. Just got to turn towards the defense, and we haven't taken a break here in a little while, but we'll do that right now. You're listening to the Cranberry Baseball League here, presented by WMUA Sports. We will be right back.
Where'd you take it?
All right, so we welcome you back in here for the bottom of the 5th inning. A little update on our battery situation. We're at 9% battery on my laptop, so if it cuts out, we apologize. Just kind of making do with the arrangements available here. And last time we didn't have 100% battery and we made it the full length of the game. This time we do have 100% battery and my laptop's dying faster, so I don't know how to manage that better. Roping one to foul territory and getting down before Frechette can make the play is the batter Southworth for South Shore.
First name still unknown.
Yeah, still don't know if he has a first name or not.
Yeah,
no,
he
we
might.
assume he does. We just don't know it.
We hope he has a first name. Only his second at bat through 5, compared to the Mariners, who have had 3 and almost 4 at bats now. So the Mariners are going through their lineup a lot more than
Is it 4-1?
than the Diamond Dogs.
Yeah, and a bit of a flip-flop from last week to this week is now the Diamond Dogs are the ones in the hole trying to fight back in the bottom half of the inning here. They're down 4-1. Quigley has been pitching well since he's come into the game. High velocity on his pitch. This one's popped way up in the air. The catcher, Tamadio, will holler out that he's got it. Lets his players know to back off, and he's able to make the play near the first baseline.
Great communication. Really letting everyone know that he does got it.
Yeah, and the most important thing is making sure you actually do have it. He did. Makes the play cleanly for the first out of the inning to be recorded. As the Mariners continue to try to just hang on to that 3-run lead. It brings the designated hitter Baker to the plate. Baker, a high school guy.
Yeah, it'll be interesting to see. He honestly looks shorter than most people out there, and it'll be interesting to see if he can make a name for himself with these college kids and college graduates.
Yeah, definitely a great opportunity to do exactly that here in the Cranberry Baseball League. One of the few places you can find live baseball in the COVID-19 world.
And I think we're the only place you can find to listen to it from the safety of your own household.
There you
in
go,
quarantine.
Jimmy. Way to mark it there.
Gotta do it sometimes.
So a 3-1 count here is what it's going to be for Baker. Still got Mike Quigley on the mound for the Mariners. Trying to fight back here. His 3-1 pitch. He's actually going to step off the rubber, take a breath.
Pace is much slower than it was throughout the first 3 innings, which, as we were saying before, is detrimental to the battery of our laptop. Your laptop.
Yeah.
Our broadcast.
Down to 7%. And the 3-1 pitch is going to miss high and inside for ball 4. Baker will take first base, and you mentioned it, yeah, the laptop here is getting low on battery, so if you do hear us cut out, we do apologize for that. It's kind of a situational thing here at this field. We just don't happen to have power. But our other places, the other venues we've been to, there has been power, so we hope you'll bear with us throughout the season here. We're working with what we've got, but we're just happy to be out here doing something.
Yep. I completely agree with you.
So the runner down at first after the walk. It brings us to the top of the order here for South Shore. It's Pat Manning, the left-handed hitter, stepping in. He just took a strike. Trying to fight back from this 3-run deficit.
Manning 0-2 so far with a strikeout and then a ground out.
The 0-1 pitch misses high. Even up the count at 1 apiece. So 1-1 pitch from the stretch. Here's Quigley. Checks over to first base, and here's the delivery. In there for a strike, hitting the right spot there and painting the inside corner.
Yeah. Beautiful pitch there.
So the 1-2 checks on that runner at first. he's going to try to pick off at first, and sliding in time there was Baker. So still 1 out in the bottom of the 5th inning here. I mean, the way things are running, we are not going to make it to the end of the game with this percentage here on the laptop.
It might have to be a 5-inning broadcast.
Yeah. Pitch in there for a ball. Still, so 2-2 count, but still definitely more control out of Quigley than some of the other pitchers we've seen. Just coming fresh into straight into the game.
Yeah. With that though, definitely becomes slow pace, and just not looking good for us to finish out this game.
Yeah, I don't know how to stress it anymore.
No, yeah. Just want to give you all a fair warning before we cut out on you.
Before we fade to black, but 2-2 count. Manning able to foul one off there and stay alive. Still got a runner on first base with 1 down. South Shore down by 3 runs here in the bottom of the 5th inning. Quigley from the stretch. This one's chopped over the head of the pitcher to the second baseman. Going to tag the runner coming to second, and the throw to first is not in time. Heads up play there from Tyler Ferdinand, but better hustle, I guess you might say, from Pat Manning.
Looked like the Mariners defense thought they had that at first there. They almost started taking a couple steps toward the dugout, but then called it safe, and they were a little thrown off by that.
Yeah, Ferdinand opts for the tag and throw rather than the force out at second base. Definitely the right play to make there, and just Manning was able to beat it out at first base. So 2 outs now and still a runner on first. That brings Connor Flavin to the plate. Maybe Flavin. He takes his first pitch high for a ball.
As I was saying before, probably the best hitter to date for the Diamond Dogs, hitting 600%, having a 600 average before this game, but no hit so far, just being hit by a pitch and then a strikeout.
That second pitch comes in quick and beats him for a strike. Quigley with the ability to turn up the gas a little bit. You can tell he's got some velocity on his fastball. So now here's Flavin trying to fight in an 0-2 count. He'll hit a chopper to short. Rondeau fields it cleanly and throws to first in time. And Rondeau maintains that steady pace he's had since Sunday over there at shortstop. Really good fielding out of him. He's able to record the 3rd out of the inning and no damage done by South Shore. So still with a 4-1 lead are the Mariners as we head to the top of the 6th inning. Again, we got low battery here on the laptop. Interesting situation. We just don't have power here in Abington, Massachusetts at this game. So we're going to hope we can go as long as we can. We're going to take a quick break here as teams switch sides on the field. Stay with us here. It's the Cranberry Baseball League presented by WMUA Sports. Be right back.
We should.
All right.
Is it top 7?
We'll open you back up here and
No way. 'Cause
still
they've
trying
only
to
been through.
race the battery percentage here on the laptop down to 3%, but we're going to keep things going as long as we can. Mariners with a 4-1 lead right now, and leadoff hitter Dan Cook at the plate. Just swung and missed at a strike.
Already his 4th time at the plate, making it on all other 3 times. No hits though, just 2 walks and 1 hit by pitch.
Give him a flyer.
Nice. We'll tune you guys in.
Appreciate it.
This is fantastic.
Cook takes another pitch low near the dirt for a ball. 3-1 count here. Like Joey said, up to it was 4th at bat. We thought it was the top of the 6th inning. It's possible that it could be the 7th, but
That's on us.
that's on us.
Be more aware.
Ball 4, and Cook will take his base. He's done a good job getting on base today.
On base percentage. is
On base at
perfect.
all of his at bats.
Even regardless of the contact, he's unfazed and still able to do his damage without even having to get a single hit. Stealing bases, scoring runs in.
Yeah, I mean, all you can ask for out of a leadoff hitter for sure.
Exactly.
Now, if that steps in, he just took a ball off the outer half of the plate.
His coaches were saying during the intermission that he is 0-3 right now at the plate, but he could very well be 3 for 3 as he's been hitting the ball very well, but just been put into unfortunate situations there.
Throw down to first from Gervasi at home plate. Not in time. Cook's able to step back over to the bag. Keeping him on his toes. Like I say, still 4-1 lead here for the Mariners. New pitcher in there for South Shore. Number 21 as a ball comes rattling around the backstop. 2%. So hang on to every word out there if you're tuning in, because it could very well be the last that you hear from us. But it's 4-1 right now. Another pickoff attempt over towards Dan Cook at first base. He's able to slide back in.
Dan Cook's gotten himself in a few pickoff attempts, but he's been successful on every one and even stolen a base.
Getting that jersey dirty. He's taken off towards second now as this ball's fouled off. He'll have to head back to first. Joe, this is all we get through here. I definitely want to say appreciate you coming out. It's been a lot of fun.
Appreciate you being with me here.
Yeah, we'll get you back on some more broadcasts.
I'd love to have that. This is a good time here in Abington at the Cranberry Baseball League. I love watching live sports for the first time in a few months, just in front of my face, not on a TV screen or.
Not a replay, right?
Exactly.
Still 4-1. I know I've told you the score probably 100 times. Here's a ball hit in play. Pop fly in the infield. First baseman is going to actually make the catch in foul territory. And Andrew Mazzone over there making the catch. So 1 out.
Joe Frechette has gone through this game so far without striking out. He hasn't been on base yet, but he has hit every single ball that's come his way.
Yeah. So down to 1% here on the laptop. Still score 4-1. Runner on first base. Mitch Lundholm coming up to bat here with 1 out. Swinging at the first pitch over towards the second baseman. Fielded cleanly to second for 1. On to first. Not in time. And it gets past the first baseman, so Lundholm will take second.
Another error there.
Now 2 down.
Crucial error. Could lead to another run.
We appreciate Mitch swinging at the first pitch there to try to move this thing along a little bit.
Of course. For the sake of our battery.
Yeah, as I said, I mean, in the future, we don't expect the same problem to persist. Just kind of the situation we have here in Abington, where we don't have a cable to plug into. It's unfortunate, but it is what it is. It's been an overcast day. It's 7:45 here. The sun's starting to go down a little bit, starting to get a little bit chilly.
It is indeed. Another pitchers meeting for the Diamond Dogs. We've seen a few of those so far, and notably so as they've let up 4 runs and almost on the verge of 5 right here.
First pitch to DiMatteo outside for ball 1. Runner in scoring position out there. It's Mitch Lundholm after his fielder's choice. DiMatteo with a big cut at that pitch, missing.
For those of you who forget, Lundholm was the one that was advanced, in essence, 2 bases when he slid into first and the ball was thrown over and put to third and eventually driven in by one of his fellow teammates to make it 4-1.
DiMatteo hits this one off his own ankle. And you can tell his leg just went numb there. He's kind of fell to his hands. Looks like he'll be all right. Just kind of shake it off.
That's what you fear when you get hit in the ankle, as one of the Diamond Dogs did earlier in this game, and he seemed to shake it off pretty well. But if it gets right, if it makes good contact with that bone, it's a tough one to just shake off.
Yep. Again, it looks like our broadcast might go out here as we lose battery. And just wanted to let you know, again, this was the Cranberry Baseball League. Bourne Mariners and the South Shore Diamond Dogs facing off here today. The Mariners with the advantage 4-1 right now. And they're trying to get their first win of the season, trying to deal out the first loss of the season to South Shore. But WMUA Sports here, giving you the presentation. WMUA Sports is the university radio station.